This video has some tips and tricks on looking up some work orders. When a work order progresses through the system, it goes through these fields from where it's assigned to PPM Preview. PPM Preview is just a staging area that tells us that the ticket is available or going to be available, usually at the beginning of the next month, and can't be used until the first of the next month. That was the case with this particular work order. Then after it's assigned to the technician, he can complete it. We wait for the site manager's review on the particular service, and then we process it through payment. When it's done, we have invoice that goes through this whole process. We don't do anything in here at all. We actually close it and review it and bill it at the exact same times. You notice these times are the same, 9:26, 22 seconds to 9:27. So it took her, less than 1 minute to go ahead and do this this invoice. And then we just wait for it to become processed. And this is the same as being posted in the CBRE system. But all of these are different stages that roughly correspond to these different areas. So sometimes it can be a little difficult finding a work order when you don't really know exactly what status it's in. So in order to figure out what status it's in, you've got a couple of tools here. One of them is when you go over here into the services here, you can go to all work orders. So you click on all work orders here, and then you can type in your work order number. And then it'll tell you right here what the status is of it. Now this was a strip ticket that we're wondering why it's not available. It looks like that it's pending site review, so it means that somebody has processed it before we actually did it. So we click on it. We notice that the NTE has not been increased on this either yet. It's still 575, so we're waiting on the NTE on this. But for some reason, if we look at the history on this, work order history, we can see kind of what happened here. And Anthony White, the technician, on 3/1 picked this up and he processed it, undoubtedly inadvertently. So we can see it actually looks like he was on the site. We've got, he was 230 feet away, but he was in here. And Anthony White normally does buffs, and he should not have been in here doing this service. Unfortunately, the screen does not let you see any comments that the technician did. To get to the comments, you have to go over to the dashboard up here. The dashboard, you have the same option going into service, all work orders, and you can go ahead and do a search on your particular work order number. If you want to be safe, you can clear it here to make sure that everything's off before you plug in, because it'll sometimes remember your last search, and then go ahead and search. And then your work order will pop up here. Then if you look at the resolution over here, you can see the comment that the technician put in. Sorry, we didn't strip and wax, we scrubbed. So he did it inadvertently. So this ticket is going to need some repair. But those are the two places that you can go to figure out what happened to the ticket. You can also see in here what your NTE is, just like you could in the other screen as well. That's some tips in terms of how to see work order detail. Unfortunately, you got to kind of bounce back and forth to get all of the information between this screen here in the dashboard and then also in the workspace, which is this screen here. And click on service providers. This is the screen that we're probably most familiar with, and hope this helps in finding items.